Welcome back in, guys. August 8th, 2006. Gang, that's when Dead Rising came out on Xbox 360. I was an early adopter of it, and I can proudly say, let's see. Yeah, September 9th, 2024. I now have all the achievements in the game. Let's jump in. Alright, gang, just for fun, I wanted to start with my stats. Now, again, I haven't been playing this game non-stop since 2006, and this particular version of the game is actually, it's the 360 version, or it's not, rather, the 360 version. This is the Xbox One, the updated one, not the deluxe remaster. We'll get to that throughout the video. But this is the kind of re-release that they did, kind of clean it up, modern platforms, that sort of thing. I do not know why it says my time played is unranked, but I would say I probably started this a couple weeks ago. Zombie kills, oh yeah, baby. Zombie kills 87,000, rank 1 amongst friends, total photo score rank 2 amongst friends, died 4 times over my journey, of course mopped up the floor with 64 psychopaths, took a bunch of photos, which is definitely required for achievements throughout, and rescued 178 survivors over my multiple playthroughs. So there was plenty there. As you can see, the last photo I unlocked, or the last achievement rather I unlocked, was tied to taking photos, finding all the PP stickers. There's a great guide out there, and I was able to do PP collector, transmissionary, and psycho collector all on a single playthrough, guys. So it was pretty nice. Worked really hard to get the Saint and Census achievement the day before, of course getting all the survivors out of the mall and taking pictures of them. My pride and joy, the epitome of patience, happened on the 7th. Survived for 7 straight days. I started this at 7 in the morning and finished it at midnight. Thank God for party chat and for football. 5 days of course came with it. Frank the Pimp is kind of one we had to set up a little bit during one of our survivor runs. Make sure that you're escorting 8 gals throughout the mall. Of course, change into all the clothes. You'll go ahead and get Clothes Horse. I do believe you get another achievement as well while you're on your way to that one. This is always the fun one, killing the city population, so to speak. 53,594 zombies. It's just, yeah, this achievement is a ton of fun. Yes, I hopped in a car, went into the maintenance tunnels, and spent about 3 hours running over zombies. So, completely worth it. Unbreakable, very proud of this one because I did this on my opening playthrough. Got the true ending without being knocked out. And this isn't just being killed. If you get dosed by cultists, this will void that achievement. If you get captured by the military, of course, this will void that achievement. This is naturally the campaign progression. Beat overtime mode, you get the true ending. While I was killing time, took a moment to destroy 1,000 zombies barehanded. I mentioned earlier about the Clothes Horse. You get one along the way. It is the Sharp Dresser, and Frank is looking pretty dastardly in that white suit there. Gourmet, you're gonna find yourself killing time, I promise. Go eat a bunch of food. Most of it is in the Whole Foods supermarket section, so you don't really have to do a whole lot of traveling to knock a bunch down. Item Smasher, good tip for this one. I found out in the food court there's a bunch of barrels. Somebody did put a video up on that as well. Just smash a bunch of zombies with barrels and you'll get it. Helicopter, Helicopter is a ridiculous achievement in that when I got the trophy on PlayStation, it took maybe less than a minute of just boom, 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 boom. Helicopter, for whatever reason on the Xbox, I was having all kinds of issues with. I must have went through like 6 machine guns to finally get it. But yeah, we took care of that one. Of course, I mentioned overtime mode, doing all the cases, getting to the heliport. Firing 1,000 bullets and not missing with the machine gun. I did hand in hand, just making sure, okay, when the military invades, grab a machine gun, or in this case, grab maybe 4 or 5 machine guns, take one down to the maintenance tunnel, shoot one of the hanging pieces of meat, boom, there's your don't miss, and then just burning through the rest of the machine guns will make sure you fire 1,000 bullets. Killing spec ops, well, you gotta get those machine guns somehow, right? I did mention earlier jumping or driving a car, jumping said car. Yeah, we want to do that. Now, this game came out in 2006, guys, so I'm not gonna flip out about spoiler tags. Zombie Brad, Zombie Jesse throughout the overtime journey. Make sure you get their photos. Getting all the portraits in the notebook. That's pretty simple. Just play through the game, try to save people. Everyone that you save, they get added to the notebook. Dip in at least 10 psychopaths also should come over your first run, so make sure that you're, you know, just killing them when the call comes in. Except for Cletus. I did not get a call for him, so make sure that you stop and kill him. Oh, Frank looking pretty good here at level 50, my god. That suit, man, that leopard suit. Ay, ay, ay. Escorting 8 survivors at once can be hit with Frank the Pimp. You can tell I did these separate from Frank the Pimp, though. Oh my god. Spending time outdoors and indoors, pretty simple. Set your controller down and just let Frank chill for a little bit. Getting 10 survivors, 20, and of course 50 out of the mall. Yeah, that's just one of those. This was a playthrough where I did not actually like complete the game. So I think I mentioned earlier about my my not getting knocked out playthrough. If I can't remember if I said that was my first playthrough of the game on here. If I did, I stand corrected. I believe it was my 3rd playthrough, but going all the way through the game, not getting knocked out, that was a first. I did not, when I played a game all the way through to an ending, I did not get knocked out throughout. So that's kind of what I meant. Yeah, that probably didn't clear up anything else, but anyway, surviving for at least 72 hours. Wanted to make sure that I got some people, and just a whole bunch of like miscellaneous stuff. Jumping the motorcycle, killing 10,000 zombies, running 26.2 miles. Novel, I love some of the missables in here. So the novelty masks and 10 zombies, or climbing on the zombies and walking on their backs. Like, it's just the sandboxy nature of the game. Psychopath related, defeat and photograph. Make sure you're taking pictures of them throughout. This I got at the very beginning, the group photo with targets. Or no, I got it at the very beginning on PlayStation. Here I had to photograph Nick and Sally to get it. Zombie Hunter should come naturally. Psychopath 1 should come naturally. The convict's vehicle, ay, those guys are crazy on your first run. But yeah, if you take out all 3 of them, bam, there you go. You can take their vehicle. More sandboxy stuff, sending zombies flying with bowling balls. Photojournalist. These are all related to taking photos. If you can get a PP moment right at the very beginning, you can actually bag these with one of your opening photos. So knock at least 30 zombies aside with a parasol. Again, the sandboxy nature of this list and of this game are great. Then of course, dropping from a height of 16 feet, you'd be surprised how you'll accidentally get that one. And my first achievement back there on the 25th, photographing at least 10 survivors. So like I said, I'm not sure if I said a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure I said 2 weeks ago, so I was pretty close to the money. But there's the breakdown of the achievement list. Of course, I do want to highlight a little bit about my experience with the game and that waiting room, as I mentioned, for the remaster. So let's move on over. I'm going to show off some gameplay from my 72, or not 72, my 7-day survival mode. So let's jump to that. Alright guys, I really just wanted to talk about my time with Dead Rising. Honestly, this seems to happen in the trophy and achievement hunting scene, or at least it happens to me. I've seen a few other people talk about it before. You kind of get this this burnout, especially with like newer games, and they all come out and they've got similar lists and stuff. So sometimes you just want to go back and experience something. Well, that's what happened to me over a 3-game span. It started with Doom Eternal. I wanted to revisit that and see if I could actually beat the main story, and then that spurred me to want to finish the Dead Space remake. I chugged through that. Those of you who tuned into Pooktober last year, 2023, know that the motion sickness got me. It got me too much to where I just wasn't able to finish it. It took a really long time, but I did finish the game. And then next up, of course, was Dead Rising. Now, I will be the first to admit, at the time of recording this video and laying down this content, the deluxe remaster has not arrived yet. Comes out September 19th. Now, if you are watching this video post, just know, yes, the deluxe remaster is what got me looking back at Dead Rising. It looks fantastic running in the RE engine, and to see what looks to be, now again, at the time of this video I haven't played the game yet, what looks to be an actual 1-to-1 proper remake of a game, where literally there's a few quality of life enhancements and a graphic overhaul. It's kind of nice to see, and I wanted to vote with my wallet as somebody who has been on the remaster bus and has been going through the some of the lulls of, hey, this is a remake, but it's not really a remake. Yes, I love you, Final Fantasy VII, but bro, come on. And even Resident Evil 4 is more like, Resident Evil 4 feels like remake in the way that Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster does. To me, there wasn't a lot that was changed with Resident Evil 4, and looking at the footage and gameplay of Dead Rising Deluxe remake, I'm just gonna call it Dead Rising remake, like, looking at the footage of it, it looks very faithful. It looks very much to be the same game, except for with, again, those quality of life updates. So it sounds like we've got better survivor AI, and thank God, man, because some of these survivors, I'm mostly thinking of Aaron, I'm thinking of Beth, I'm thinking of, oh my god, who's that crazy gal I gave the sword the other night who was just trying to get herself killed? I can't even remember. But some of these survivors have a death wish. So I'm very curious. They've updated, at least from what I've heard, survivor personalities, so they'll operate a little more efficiently in certain ways. So say if I give somebody a gun and it's like a personality proficiency to having firearms, they'll be a whole lot smarter than they generally would. So there's a lot of, like I mentioned, little quality of life things. Sounds like auto saves are a thing as well, but just the general graphic overhaul of Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, it's a breath of fresh air. And as a consumer, I'm voting on this stuff. I'm trying to show, like, with my wallet, this is the kind of stuff I want to see. If you're going to do a remake like Resident Evil 4 did, or like Dead Rising is doing, hey man, I'm all for reimaginings like Resident Evil 2 had, but a proper remake like what I'm kind of deeming Resident Evil 4 as, and what I'm definitely getting from Dead Rising, it's that's what I want to see. If you're gonna go back to those wells, hey man, give us a 1-to-1, give us that feeling. And going and playing Dead Rising and trying to, I started from scratch, as you saw on the 25th on this achievement list, just being able to revisit it, and just it hit you, or it hit me rather, right in the nostalgia bone. 2006, I was there when this game came out, man. I was like 16, 17, man. We're working on it when this game came out, when the 360 was just taking us by storm. It was one of the first games that we had over on my 360. We had, you know, Gears of War, Amped, Condemned, and then Dead Rising, and this one was a blast. Just being able to kind of relive all of that, and this version of Dead Rising is really good. Like, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, you know, it's crashed, it's had these issues and stuff. No, between playing on Xbox Series S and Series X, and even starting a run on my PS4 to get the Platinum Trophy, no, this game has not had any issues performing. I haven't run into any crashes anyway, so maybe I'm just one of the fortunate ones, but I think that, you know, if you're looking for it, God, I got it on PS4 for $8 the other day, just to start playing through it again and having some fun. Like, it's, the barrier to entry is very low, or if you just want to wait for the remaster, hey man, I can't argue with that logic. It looks fantastic. It really does, and I've already got my pre-order locked in. Yeah, I'm ready. I want all of those goofy costumes that come with background music. I want to be parading around. Can you imagine running up against the convicts to save Sophie, and you're dressed as Nemesis? Like, oh my god. Even if it's just a cosmetic thing, I just think that would be so funny. And if there was a way they could make the costumes like cause certain reactions from psychopaths, oh, that would make it even more fun. I doubt they're gonna go that far, but just like seeing the cosmetics in there and seeing returning everything, like, the spirit is there, and that's really what I wanted to see from the footage, and after replaying the game, and now after fully completing the game. Like, that's just what I want to see. So I jump on my soapbox a little bit. I do want to dive again. I talked about the footage from, you know, the footage we're seeing from 7 Day Survivor. Here's the thing, guys. Not a lot of people have this this achievement. I forget what the percentile is, but on Xbox, I know it's sub 1. Not a lot of people have it. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not hard from a difficulty standpoint. It is hard from a perseverance and patience standpoint. Anyone who has this knows. Now, what I am going to say as well is your time is still your own. So yes, it's hard to wall out 14 hours the way that I did, but hey man, I got caught up on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There was football going on. Later that night, I happened to see some friends were on. My sister was on, so we all partied up and we were joking around about different NFL coaches and all kinds of random stuff. Your time is still your own, and you know, you make the best of it. I've seen so many people on Reddit just going like, hey man, I just set a timer nearby, because your health, let me explain the context, is you have to survive for 7 days, but your health is depleting throughout. So every 20 real-time minutes, your health will fully deplete and you need to find food. Now, there's a catch to this. There are psychopaths and survivors around that you can go and kill to get food, and then you just kind of move to area to area to area to deplete. So, base strategy for this, first off, doesn't matter how much health you lose there at the beginning while you're going to get the health books. Go get all 3 health books. That is priority 1. Go get those, because they're going to make a difference. Priority 2, you should be doing 7 Day after you've done just about everything else, especially Zombie Genocider, because you want the Mega Man Buster. The Mega Man Buster rips through survivors and rips through psychopaths like nothing. We're talking like 1 to 2 shots depending where you aim. Now, I know it can take 5 shots, you know, there's caveats and stuff, but if you're aiming for someone's face, you can get away with a 1 shot a lot of the time. So, keep that in mind. It's just, these are all things that are going to make the run easier. Going out after you mop through a survivor or a psychopath or say multiple or anything, your inventory is going to be full. Because you have to account for 3 books, a Mega Man Buster, and then any food. Go find a place to hole up in the area where your food is dropped. Do not leave an area with food laying on the ground unless it's like preset food. So the mall will have preset food laying around. That's fine. You can leave that around. That's, you know, don't pick it up. You're good. However, if a psychopath or a survivor drops food, do not leave the area with that food laying on the ground because you will miss out on being able to use it. So that's why I say go grab the 3 health books first before you start engaging a whole bunch. Then pick a spot. I started with the food court, chilled there for a while after taking out Carlito, waited until I had used all the food on the ground, still had a bunch in my inventory. Then I moved on to Alfresca. Then I moved on to Entrance Plaza, so on and so forth. Now, the reason I did start with the food court is people on Reddit said there is a glitch surrounding the food court that occurs on day 4. So stay the heck away from the food court. I did, and I have the achievement. So there you go. I can't confirm if that glitch is still active because I wasn't about to try and find out. Heed the warnings from people. But yeah, once you've got everything, just move from area to area to area to area to area. I had a run-in where I was originally gonna go wait in Movie Land for the finale because there's a walkthrough that kind of recommends you do that. Well, I couldn't find a good clock in Movie Land, so I went back to Paradise Plaza on my last day and almost paid for it. A psychopath showed up, and it was Adam, the chainsaw psychopath. Now, he got all up in my grill. I still had plenty of Mega Man Buster rounds left, so I was able to put him down, but that's scary stuff when you're surrounded by zombies. Now there's a psychopath and your health is ticking down. So best I can say, especially on the final day when that happened to me, be careful. But after you've got, if you take out psychopaths, you watch your food, you make sure you've got those books. It is a game of patience. Find a spot to camp out with all your food, find a ledge, find something where you can put all your food, set it down, and where you can get an eye on the clock and just wait for things to tick by. As I said, hang out with friends, watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like just do something you want to do because your time is your own. So yeah, that was the biggest achievement of these that I really wanted to touch base on and show you some footage, of course, from my run. A lot of standing around, I told you. But yeah, guys, that's just kind of my whole thing with it. A lot of people feel it's daunting because it is 14 hours. It's long. You can pause the game. You can put your console in standby mode if you want. I didn't test any of these, but of course don't hit your dashboard and click end game, otherwise that'll kill your run. So I've heard a lot of people, they've used the PS4's rest mode, they've used the Xbox Series S's standby and quick resume and stuff like that, and it's been able to work. I paused my game a few times during my run just to make food to eat, you know, to take care of myself. And then I came back and, you know, resumed. So it can be done. If it is something you're worried about, hey, I have the utmost faith in you and your ability to get the job done. So there it is, guys, the achievement list wrapped up for Dead Rising as we broke everything down, kind of recounted some of the 7-day journey, a few tips along the way. Now what I will say is we do not know what Deluxe Remaster brings at the time of this video achievement wise, guys, so let me know in the comments. Do you think they will have the exact same achievement list? Because I personally do. Or do you think they're gonna sprinkle some new fun in there? Maybe, hey, survive for 10 days. Maybe get wild with it. Something just crazy that we're not expecting. As I mentioned, gang, we're gonna leave this one here, but I will see you in the next one. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that one, because I totally did. If you do need to stay up to date with all things on the channel, whether it be Let's Talks, reactions, or any other shenanigans we get up to, maybe consider hitting like, subscribe, and leaving a comment. Have a good one, guys.